even serve as at the moment is a means of providing employment for the unemployed. Then C, that is the purpose of while our farm settlement scheme was established was to make better use of the land. Then, because if we should look around while traveling, we'll see bushes on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the road. So, a means of making a better use of the land was the creation of the farm settlements then. Then D, to demonstrate that farming, when well organized, can be a profitable venture. That was another reason why farm settlement scheme was established. Then to give rise to the new generation of young educated farmers. When farm settlement scheme was being established, what they did was that they gathered those youths, they gathered young and able fellows, and then they trained them on the best cultural practice that can actually brings about high yield of production. Then another reason why farm settlement scheme was actually being created was to develop an extension approach which would accelerate agricultural production. Initially, at the inception of the creation of farm settlements, young interested school laborers were trained for 2 years at the Farm Institute in general agriculture before they were absorbed into the farm settlement. The settlers were provided with reasonable size of land, a house to live in, and some money to take off. That is, there were some incentives that were being provided for the young farmers. Number one, they gave them land to farm on, they gave them a house, and then they gave them money. Because for you to, one of the factors of production is capital. They gave them capital, they gave them land, and they themselves had, and they were being equipped, they were being trained. That is, they were skilled labor. Then they were also provided with other agricultural inputs. Farm settlements were established in various places like Ijayi, Ilora, Ajebule, Agoiwoye, Esaoke, Oshogbo, Biade, and Leoluji. And another program is Operation Feed the Nation. The Operation Feed the Nation program was launched by General Obasanjo regime in 1976. The objective of the program was to encourage self-sufficiency and self-reliance in food production. That is, what that means is that Nigeria will be having enough food to feed its citizens, and then won't be relying on other countries for our food consumption. That is, we'll be producing what we actually need to feed ourselves. Another objective of the program was also to encourage food production by non-food producing sectors. Also to improve the feeding habits of the average Nigerian. The Operation Feed the Nation policy instruments included the use of fertilizer, improved seed, pest control, agro-service centers, guaranteed minimum price, and other specialized schemes. Now, the third other program that was being actually created was the Green Revolution. Operation Feed the Nation was replaced with the Green Revolution program in the 1980s by the civilian regime of Shagari with similar objective of Operation Feed the Nation. The main objective of the Green Revolution is to increase agricultural production through the provision of inputs such as improved seed, fertilizer, pesticide, herbicide, irrigation, agricultural machinery. That is, the Shagari regime, what he actually did was just to do a facelifting of what the Operation Feed the Nation actually did, because there was change in the regime. So he, instead of continuing Operation Feed the Nation, maybe due to some lapses, he actually brought about this the Green Revolution. So, and he actually adopted the Operation Feed the Nation policies, and then brings it in, and then modified it, add some things to it, so as to have a better policy and program. During that period, the government, in partnership with the private sector, took active part in food production in order to reduce or avoid importation of food. The other time I said, now the new thing being introduced here is just that the private sector was being actually involved in partnering with the government in agricultural production. The Green Revolution program supplied infrastructural facilities like dam, road, electricity, education to improve the living standard of people living in the rural area. Dams were being constructed so as to actually mitigate the effect of drought in some areas. That is when a situation whereby the rainfall is not enough to provide water, that is the water requirements of plants. So dams were being constructed so that we can have all year round production of vegetables and then food crops. Also, during the execution of this program, the Nigerian Agricultural and Cooperative Bank was established to finance all aspects of agricultural production, as well as facilities for processing and storage. In order to boost agricultural production, the government provided the following for the farmers: income tax relief. That is, there was relief for the farmers, the relief of tax payment for the farmers. Then there was duty-free importation of farm machinery. That is, if farmers were to import any machinery, they were being given the opportunity not to pay any import tax. That is, import duty was removed from the importation of farm machinery. Then the third one was input or at subsidized rate. That is, government provides inputs, farm inputs to farmers at subsidized rate. That is, at a reduced price, which is different from the market price. The fourth program that the government actually created was the agricultural development projects. Agricultural development projects were established in 1975 and were partially financed by the World Bank. The projects were designed to bring agricultural services closer to the rural people and also to boost agricultural production through, one, the construction of farm service centers for efficient distribution of agricultural inputs. Then the next point is to the construction of rural infrastructures such as feeder routes and at dams for irrigation purpose. That is, those were the objectives of agricultural development programs. Then the fifth program, that the government actually brought to place was agricultural subsidies. The government also plays an important role in developing agriculture through the provision of subsidies. Subsidies are forms of aids or assistance given by the government to the farmers, which are meant to help farmers meet specific needs and also boost agricultural production. The aim and objective of government's provision of subsidies is to reduce the farmer's cost of production, lower the cost of living of the common man, and also ensure an adequate supply of farm products at affordable price. Now, these agricultural subsidies were being given in forms of kind and cash, in the sense that if farmers were to procure maybe an herbicide or fertilizer, which as market price is at, let's take fertilizer for an example. If the market price of fertilizer is 10,000 naira, the government will subsidize it for the farmers and give it to them at the cost of maybe 7,000 naira or 5,000 naira, which means they've given the farmers a discount price. That is, they bring the price very low for the farmer to be able to purchase. Then the next role of government is, which is the third one, is agricultural credit. Agricultural credit is a payable form of financial assistance given to the farmers, with or without interest, to help them execute their farm operations more effectively. That is, We know that one of the factors of production is the capital. So the government actually find a way of providing financial assistance to the farmers. In order to increase production, farmer needs money to buy agricultural inputs like seed, improved seed, because the farmer can just stumble on one seed or the other, but for a better production, for commercial production, the farmer needs improved seed. And to get improved seeds, you get it from either research institutes or you get it mainly from research institute, and you have to pay because it's cost higher than the local seed. Then the farmer also need money to procure fertilizer, herbicide, farm machinery, and also pay for labor. Now, farm machinery are costly, and they are not easily to come by. That is, you have to pay for it heavily. And most farmers don't have money to buy machineries. It is the government that actually, towards one of the roles of the government is to provide financial assistance to the farmers to procure the machinery, and also to pay for labor. The farmers need money. Agricultural credits are usually provided by agricultural banks, agricultural credit cooperative, and credit and labor